So at the right-hand end of the runway, poised and ready to go, she's now rolling. This is an aeroplane that used to weigh maximum 204,000 pounds, 96 tons, and it had that kind of performance. Sadly, we're not allowed these days to do the rolls that the pilots used to do in the early days at Farnborough, but she still could easily do it. She's that kind of performer. Now, of course, right at the end of Vulcan's operational career in 1982, Vulcan 607 hit the centerline of Port Stanley runway in the Falkland Islands with one bomb and hit the edge with another, making the runway unusable for the Argentine fast jets. It had been the longest bombing raid in history, 7,760 miles round trip. Here she comes again. The famous Vulcan howl. You tell your grandchildren, but if they're not here today, of course, you've heard the Vulcan howl twice in one show. It is an extraordinary and unique sound. So, as I was saying, the bombing raid on the Falklands from Ascension Island, the distance was about the same distance as from here to Bali in one hop, and it took no less than 18 air-to-air refuelings. And that aeroplane, Vulcan 607, there's an excellent book called that, all about it, is now on static display at Waddington. And the man who flew that aeroplane is sitting in the right-hand seat of XH558 here today. That's Martin Withers, DFC, Distinguished Flying Cross. He's the man who captained that aeroplane that went using 18 air-to-air refuelings to the Falkland Islands and back again. He's now the chief pilot of the Vulcan to the Sky Trust. So she's away on the far side of the airfield coming back towards us. Expect the fire to come on fairly soon because she'll go around in a spiral climb. These are the sounds coming from 4 Rolls-Royce Crystal Olympus 202 turbojets, 16,400 pounds of static thrust each, about 65,000 pounds in total. No reheat though. Martin Withers is indeed on board, but he's not flying the aircraft today. He's the co-captain. The man flying it is Kev Rumens, who used to fly Victor tankers, but also flew in the Vulcan display flight, and became a tornado pilot after that. So Kev Rumens is the pilot flying today. Now you see the gear has come down, and that means, well, this aircraft has 18 wheels altogether, 16 of them in the main undercarriage and 2 on the nose wheel. You get a good view of those as she comes by. And as she comes to the centre of the display, we'll see the undercarriage come up. And the next maneuver after that, she'll demonstrate the size of the bomb bay, the weapons bay inside that. Of course, the weapons bay in a bomber is the very heart of the machine. It's what the whole thing is designed to do. It's what flying the aeroplane is all about. And you'll see the size of that. And on that Falklands raid, it took 21 1,000-pound bombs, 21,000 pounds of bombs in that bomb bay, which is really quite extraordinary. So here she is, gear down. Actually, seeing the undercarriage down like that reminds me that when somebody was doing an underwing tour at Waddington, and by the way, you will be able to do that after she's flown here today, if you want to, somebody left a complete set of lip marks on the undercarriage door. Now, we know that everybody loves Vulcan, but really, this is a bit much. But honestly, if you go on a tour, please don't do it again, because it will get out of control. But anyway, I think it kind of went viral on the internet. Now, this aeroplane was actually the first B2 version of the Vulcan into RAF service and Bomber Command in 1960. She first flown that year, so she's 54 this year. Look for the Bombay opening as she comes by. Inside that Bombay are the names of hundreds of people who have contributed to Vulcan's well-being today. And next time she comes past us, we'll see the Bombay doors closing, operated by the third man on board, the Air Electronics Officer Phil Davies, who works for Silex ES, and they very kindly give him time off to come and help display the Vulcan. Very important to have the AEO on board. He runs the electrics of the aeroplane. It used to be called the electric bomber. It's got huge electric systems and big generators on each engine. He's in charge of all that stuff. In operational mode, she would have had two navigators as well, a navigator prop and a navigator radar, but they did away with those, and that partly accounted for the 10-time reduction in weight on this aircraft from what she weighed when she was in operational service. So there's the huge Bombay. Imagine 1,000 bombers in there. Closing the underside, smooth and so 1993, she left the RAF, gone out of operational service quite a bit before, but had stayed on as a display aircraft, this very aircraft. And nobody thought we'd ever see a Vulcan fly again, except for a few people at that angle of back looking at that. But two people, David Walton, bought this aeroplane and all the spares from Dr. Robert Fleming, who started up the Vulcan to the Sky Trust that operates this aeroplane now. Final fly past coming in from the right, speeding up to 300 knots, 345 miles an hour. Actually, I don't think she is speeding up. Fantastic picture that is, the sun glinting on the beautiful paintwork, as beautifully kept by Taft Stone, the crew chief and engineer, and his team of 6 engineers who daily work miracles on this 54-year-old aeroplane. He says, he's quoted as saying, 558, that's this aeroplane, 558 is my baby. And he does a wonderful job. The whole team do quite extraordinary things. So I think I see the wheels coming down as she goes downwind, so she will be landing. The landing is pretty spectacular too. I don't think she'll be streaming her braking parachute, but I'm sure Kev will be keeping the nose up, keeping the nose wheel off for as long as possible and allowing the airflow against those huge barn door, actually much bigger than a barn door, delta wings to slow the airplane down. When she's finished, she will be towed back into position where she was before, and that's right close to the Vulcan village, which is quite far off to the left-hand end of the display line. You'll be very welcome. Please do go there and make yourself known to the people in the Vulcan village. You can do an underwing tour with the aircraft later this afternoon. They really would like to see you, and you can find out all there is to know about the Vulcan. You can join the Vulcan to the Sky Club, and get all sorts of things. The Vulcan app for your mobile. The Vulcan Village is run by Trust volunteers here at Farnborough, and it's really worth going to see what you might be able to do to help. So after she's landed, she'll be towed in, and you'll be able to get pretty close to her. We're still trying to we still keep having to raise all that money, but let's just watch her land. There he is, Ted Ruman keeping the nose right up, the tail almost scraping along the runway. He does have a little warning machine that tells him when the tail's getting close. 16 wheels down, another 2 to go. The nose, you see those big air brakes on the top and bottom of the wing also helping to slow the aircraft down. And there, the nose just dropping. Vulcan has landed all 18 wheels. Just one further thing, if I may. If you can't get down to go and see her, please get your mobile phone out now and text Vulc 145, VULC 145 to the number 70070. It'll cost you a £5, and all of that money will go to Vulcan to the Sky Trust. A £5 plus your standard text charge.